जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gaurani Jaya Devam Shripada Paramahansa Parivrajakacarya Ashtottara Shatasri Srimati Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON founder Acharya, Deputy founder Acharya, Savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada Ki Devam Shripada Paramahansa Parivrajakacarya Ashtottara Shatasri Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki नमचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की, भक्ति देवी की, श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र मैया की, श्री श्री गौरताय की, ग्रंथराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की, श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. मज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to our continuation on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Adi-lila 7th chapter, Lord Chaitanya in 5 beaches. Last time we discussed 7 to 11 verses, discussing about Lord Krishna. Now 12 to 15 are talking about Shaktiman Tattvas. Who are all most worshipable, Sarvaradhya, और प्रभुष 12th. इथे भक्त भाव धरे चैतन्य गोसाई भक्त स्वरूपता नित्यानंद भाई. For this reason, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the supreme teacher, accepts the form of a devotee and accepts Lord Nityananda as his elder brother. For which reason? 11th one. The transcendental mirror of conjugal love of Krishna is so wonderful that Krishna himself accepts the form of a devotee to relish and test it fully. 13. Bhakta avatar thara Charya Gosai यही तीन तत्व सबे प्रभु का निगाई. Shri Devacharya is Lord Chaitanya's incarnation as a devotee. Therefore, these three tattvas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Gosai, are the predominators or masters. The person who has full control over his senses and mind is called Goswami. Goswami is not a hereditary title, but refers to one's qualifications. When one is highly elevated in spiritual advancement, regardless of where from he comes, he may be called Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Gosai are natural Goswamis because they belong to the Vishnu Tattva category. As such, all of them are Prabhus, predominators or masters, and they are sometimes called Chaitanya Gosai, Nityananda Gosai and Advaita Gosai. Unfortunately, their so-called descendants do not have the qualifications of Goswamis, have the qualifications of Goswamis, have accepted this title as a hereditary designation or a professional degree that is not in accord with the Shastric injunction. Because these three are belonging to Vishnu Tattva and have naturally control over their mind and sense, they are sometimes referred to as Chaitanya Gosai, Nityananda Gosai and Advaita Gosai. 14. Eka Mahaprabhu Ara Prabhu Doi Jana Bhai Prabhu Sab Seve, Mahaprabhu Charana. One of them is Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called as Mahaprabhu, and the other two are Prabhus. These two Prabhus serve the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu. Two Prabhus, one Mahaprabhu. The other two Prabhus engage in his transcendental loving service to teach ordinary living entities that every one of us is subordinate to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ekkaleshwara Krishna Ara Samprutya. The only Supreme Master is Krishna, and all others are both Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva engage in the service of the Lord. Both the Vishnu Tattva as Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita and the Jiva Tattva Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda engage in the service of the Lord, but one must distinguish between the Vishnu Tattva servitors and the Jiva Tattva servitors. The Jiva Tattva servitor, the spiritual master, is actually the servitor God. As explained in previous verses, in the absolute world there are no such differences, yet one must observe these differences in order to distinguish the supreme from his subordinates. All are servants of Krishna only. Only one person is the master, Krishna, not even other incarnations or expansions. Everybody is servant of Krishna only. Everybody desires to serve Krishna alone. So thus, Krishna is only supreme master. 15 to 19 talk about Shakti Tattvas, Aradhakas, those who are worshippers, or Bhaktas. So earlier three are Sarvaradhya, Sarva Aradhya, worshipable by all. Now those who worship that category, Shakti Tattva or Bhaktas. So Gadadhar Pandit is Shakti Tattva, and Aradhya's worshippers are Srivas Thakur. सर्वाराध्य और विष्णु तत्व यही तीन तत्व सर्वाराध्य गरिमानी चतुर्थ ये भक्त तत्व आराधकम जानी three सर्वाराध्य three worshipable and devotee worshippers आराधकस. The three predominators, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu, are worshipable by all living entities, and the fourth principle, Sri Gadadhar Prabhu, is to be understood as their worshipper. Srivasadi Yata Koti Bhaktagana Siddhavatta Tattva Madhe Sabara Ganana. There are innumerable pure devotees of the Lord headed by Srivas Thakur who are known as unalloyed devotees. Shuddha Bhakta Tattva, Bhakta Tattva, Shakti Tattva, Bhakta Tattva, Guru Tattva, Krishna Tattva, Bhagavad Tattva, unlimited, Shambhu Tattva, unlimited Tattvas are there. So here Shuddha Bhakta, Bhakta Tattva are worshippers, and Shakti Tattva are also worshippers, Gadadhar Pandit, and only worshipable are Vishnu Tattvas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu. 17 to 19 talk about Antaranga Bhaktas or Madhurya Bhaktas or Shakti Tattva. Gadadhara Panditadi Prabhura Shakti Avatar Antaranga Bhaktakari Gananayahar. The devotees headed by Gadadhar Pandit are to be considered incarnations of the internal potency of the Lord. Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti. So internal potency manifests as Gadadhar Pandit. They are confidential devotees engaged in the service of the Lord. So he is part of internal potency, but then engaged as devotee in the service of the Lord. Here in the purport, we will read the whole purport. In connection with verses 16 and 17, 16 is talking about Shuddha Bhakta Tattva, Srivas, and 17 is Gadadhar Pandit Shakti Tattva, and Antaranga Bhakta. Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur explains in his Anubhashya, quote, there are specific symptoms by which the internal devotees and unalloyed or pure devotees are to be known. All unalloyed devotees are Shakti Tattvas or potencies of the Lord. Some of them are situated in conjugal love and others in filial affection, fraternity, and servitude. Filial means parental, fraternity, friendly, and servitude dasya. Certainly, all of them are devotees, but by making a comparative study, it is found that the devotees or potencies who are engaged in conjugal love are better situated than the others. Adhurya Bhaktala topmost. Thus, devotees who are in a relationship, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thus, devotees who are in a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in conjugal love are considered to be the most confidential devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Those who engage in the service of Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Advaita Prabhu generally have relationships of parental love, fraternity, servitude, and neutrality. So, with these two, there is only Vatsalya Ras, Sakhya Ras, and then Dasya and Shantya, Shantaras. With these two, Madhurya is not possible. When such devotees develop great attachment for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they too become situated within the intimate circle of devotees in conjugal love. So those who are worshippers of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya have to become devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This gradual development of devotional service is described by Sri Narottam Das Thakur as follows. So how it happens? गौरंग गलित हवे पुलक शरीरा हरि हरि बालिते नयने बबे नीरा. When one chants the name of Lord Gauranga, then the hair will stand on it, and while chanting Hari Hari, there will be tears flowing through the eyes. আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদের করুণা হইলে করুণা করিবে সংসার বাসনা মোরা কবে তুচ্ছ হবে. So when Nityananda's mercy comes to an individual, then he finds whole of materialistic life, material enjoyment, material sense objects to be insignificant. विषय छाड़िया कबे शुद्ध हब माना कबे हम हेरी हो Shri Vrindavana. When Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, when all the sense gratification appear insignificant, then one's mind is purified. With such purified heart, one can see Shri Vrindavan Dham every moment. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti Kabe Hama Bhurja Bose Jogala Piriti. What is written? Shri or I think there is a mistake in maybe editing is required. Kabe Hama Bhurja Bose Jogala Piriti. These are the words in the original song. When Rupa and Raghunath, one becomes attached to them, then one will be able to understand the divine couple, Jugala Piriti, or their divine conjugal loving affair between Radha and Krishna. In original also Shri is there. So that's all. That whole thing is requires editing. Rupa Raghunatha Padya means not just to their lotus feet, but the compositions written by them. Pada Krama, it says, what is that? Well, 13.1. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutai Stunvanti Divya Stave Vede Sangha Pada Krama Upanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga. So Sangha Pada Krama Upanishad. From these different features of the Vedic literature. So Pada, the stanzas, the lines, Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pada Haide Apadi, one becomes attached to, written by Rupa and Raghunath. Then one will be able to understand the divine couple. When will there be eruptions on my body as soon as I chant the name of Lord Chaitanya? And when will there be incessant torrents of tears as soon as I chant the holy names Hare Krishna? When will Lord Nityananda be merciful toward me and free me from all desires for material enjoyment? When will my mind be completely freed from all contamination of desires for material pleasure? Only at that time will it be possible for me to understand Vrindavan. Only if I become attached to the instructions given by the six Goswamis, headed by Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, will it be possible for me to understand the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna. Attachment to the devotional service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one immediately comes to the ecstatic position. So here the difference is shown. Gauranga Bolite have a Pulaka Sharira. One has to experience ecstasy when one chants the holy name of Lord Gauranga. And by Nityanamprabhu's mercy, one will feel the material sense gratification, the pursuits to be insignificant. The attachment to the devotional service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one immediately comes to the ecstatic position. When he develops his love for Nityananda Prabhu, he is freed from all attachment to the material world. How they function? Attachment to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will make one ecstatic. Attachment to Nityananda Prabhu, then one will be freed from attachment to material world. And at that time, he becomes eligible to understand the Lord's pastimes in Vrindavan. Then he can understand pastimes in Nityananda's mercy is required. In that condition, when one develops his love for the six Goswamis, he can understand the conjugal love between Radha and Krishna. So after having received Nityananda's mercy, one understands the pastime in Vrindavan. And then one develops love for six Goswamis, by whose mercy the loving pastimes or love between Radha and Krishna is understood. These are the different stages of a pure devotee's promotion to conjugal love in the service of Radha and Krishna in an intimate relationship with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all function differently. Narottam Das Thakur has precisely put their powers. Gauranga's name chanting will lead to ecstasy. Nityananda Prabhu's mercy will lead to feeling material life insignificant. Like today morning, past time you heard, very nice. And Prabhupada was walking on morning walk in Beverly Hills, very famous area of America. Such posh buildings and such nice greenery, trees, mountains, birds, lakes, everything. So Bhavananda was completely impressed and he just could not contain that within himself and then he spoke out. Prabhupada, what a beauty here, isn't it? Just see the hills, just see the buildings, and just see the gardens, lakes, birds, all that. And then Prabhupada, when he heard that, then he collected all the mucus and everything from him. Prabhupada spat out straight there. Prabhupada was shocked. What is this? Is he spitting on my face? Or is he spitting on those beautiful structures around? But Prabhupada did not speak a single word. So till date he doesn't know what was Prabhupada's mood in collecting all the mucus. And he kind of collected it all. So not, it appeared like it was not the need of the body. It's like Jabardasti, collecting all that by spitting. So he is not clear. What is it? So nice. This is how we should feel. Whole of material life to be insignificant and spit on it. Not once, maybe hundreds of times. Sex life to be insignificant. Kanduti van manasijam vishaheta dhiraha. Those who are dhiras, those who are sober personalities by dint of knowledge, vishaheta, they tolerate all this itching. And hand there is itching. By scratching, there is some relief. But after some time, the itching increases all the more. And one feels irresistible. Then one scratches all the more. Feels relieved. But then, after some time of that relief, again the itching comes with a much more intensity. Scratched like anything. Eventually, the blood comes out and some nasty stuff come out, and then one may stop. But then again, the itching will come because so much scratching, blood will come and wound and all that. So sex life like is like that. Releasing semen is not the end in life. One may agitate himself sexually and may release semen and okay, there is no more need now. But that is just a temporary thing. After maybe 1 2 hours, again one will be agitated, and again he may go ahead with sexual endeavors, ultimately leading to releasing semen. And again one may feel, relieved, हो गया, नहीं हो गया. It's a temporary relief. And meanwhile, one will lose all his energy in the body, in the mind, and the intelligence of the soul also. So, thus, that is not the solution. So, Father Nityamru's mercy is required. Nityamru is Adi Guru. So, any Guru whose mercy we receive, then it is possible. One should hear Guru's instruction. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitute Koriya Kya Arama Kori Ho Mani Asha Arama Kori Ho Mani Asha. So there should not be any other desire. So disciple means 24 hours he should follow Guru's Vani. One should hear Guru Vani, or earlier heard Guru Vani should be ringing in the heart continuously. Whenever you get money, print books. 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 You're an educated man. Why don't you preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in English language all over the world? You're a young educated man. Why don't you preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in English language all over the world? Whenever you get money, print books. Whenever you get money, print books. You're a young educated man. Why don't you preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in English language all over the world? You're a young educated man. Why don't you preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in English language all over the world? This only should be ringing. Or if that starts, then immediately next lecture of Guru Maharaj starts. So we have to understand that we are not these bodies. The whole of materialistic civilization is insignificant. Pure devotees are not interested in this grand display of material energy. They understand it is all here today, gone tomorrow, insignificant, temporary. The soul cannot satisfy his needs with any of the material pursuits. Whenever you get money, print books. Whenever you get money, print books. You're an educated man. Why don't you preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in English language all over the world? Like that only should go on. 24 hours. And if disciple goes by this principle, he will be lover of Krishna within few seconds, minutes or days. Doesn't take long. But we are not such sincere disciples. We are giving a very enthusiastic hearing to so many millions of other subject matters. श्रुतव्यादिनिदाचेन्द्र दृढां सन्ति सहस्रशः अपश्यतामात्मतत्त्वं गृहेषु गृहमेदिनाम्. Goswami says that Shrutovyadini Rajendra, for hearing, O my dear king Parikshit, Dృఢాం santi sahasrashah. In human society, there are millions of subject matters: sports, politics, Hollywood, Bollywood, nature, the scientific advancement, social life, what else? Cooking different items, home interior design, homemaking, and a number of subject matters. Sociology, politics, and so many things. All these people get carried away by, and they don't hear Guru Vani. Guru Vani is the last thing in life. After all, social life is over, political life is over, there's all interest in politics, cricket, sports, Hollywood, Bollywood, and everything is over. Now let us hear some what Guru has to say. There is some class of Guru Maharaj. Any 95% of the class is over, 5%, in case it is there, I may hear. Antim Ahuti, Purna Ahuti. Swaha. All the subject matters of politics are heard. What is Modi going to do? Modi is going to get attacked. Modi is going to attack Pakistan. The next move. And what about social life? Within is gone, outside is gone. And what about cricket match and other matches? When will be Wankhede Stadium in Bombay be occupied next? And what about Balewadi Stadium in Pune? What are the next engagements? And what's happening in Pune University? And what's happening in my college? And what's happening in the life of my mother's sister's daughter? And all this is over. They are all ahutis. Swaha, swaha, swaha. Yajna is going on 24 hours. And the end Purna Ahuti of hearing Guru's Swani. Okay, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Swaha. The end. So this kind of wishy-washy life, superficial, performance. It's a performance of devotional practice. It's not actual practice of devotional service. You understand? Performance you understand. When you take part in some drama or something, you perform. It's a hoax. It's a just a play. You get some money through that and you do that. Just for entertainment. Others' entertainment or your money earning. You also may get some entertainment. People may appreciate your talent. Wow, what a role you played. My God, you look like exactly like a beggar. Yeah. When I play, not just beggar, rich man, in between middle class man. Any film that I play is like amazing. No match. It's matchless. That's how I am. From child, from birth, from previous millions of lifetimes. Anything I perform the way I perform. Yes, people can only clap and and thus I slap everyone else's reputation. And I'm going on like this for millions of lifetimes. There is no plan whatsoever of overcoming this cycle of birth and repetition of birth and death. I only perform, and the performances are high class. Performance is different, and practice is different. How many of you feel there is a lot of performance that is going on in our so-called spiritual life display? How many of you feel you are practicing really? Now in this context, nobody will raise hand. Oh my, shoot! What an arrogance! There's humility here. I have to show my performance. One of the most important thing in my performance is humility. Hare Krishna Prabhu, is there any service? And internally, let there be no service. Otherwise, I'll be caught. I don't want to. And even if he tells there is some service, I'll say, oh, really, Prabhu? But actually, that superior has given me that service 10,000 lifetimes back. And I have not completed that. So, could I complete that and come back to you? After the next 10,000 lifetimes, I'll come back to you. Hopefully, you have come back to guided by this. And if in case you are also continuing like me, so hopefully, we'll not meet again. So this kind of performance will not help. One has to make spiritual life one. The instruction of the spiritual master, every thought, every word, and every action has to be completely one with the instruction of the spiritual master. That is called a spiritual life, or practicing spiritual life. Otherwise, it is performance of spiritual life. Many people perform like anything, and those who come once in a year, oh, I'm very regular to ISKCON temple. Every year, Janmashtami, I'm there. Minimum half an hour I'm in the temple of ISKCON. Sometimes it happens 15 minutes. And once or twice I could not come on Janmashtami, but otherwise I'm very regular. Be sure I'm there. You can check in CCTV camera. So this will not help. You understand? We are quite interested in our other life. other world, in that other life. And Krishna consciousness we have not wholeheartedly embraced. That's the fallacy. We have not realized that I am not body, I am spirit, soul. Jiva Krishna Das. Jiva Swarupa Hai Krishna Nitya Das. I have understood. Yeah, you might have understood, but you have not applied it. Understanding and application is different, isn't it? Understanding and application is different. So hope we get mercy of Shad Goswamis, mercy of Nityam Prabhu, mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and mercy of the divine couple, Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra. And then we actually practice Krishna consciousness, not just be a performer, be a practitioner, ardent, serious practitioner. 18th to 24 talk about the distribution of love of Godhead. So these three Prabhus, one Mahaprabhu, two Prabhus, and other Aradhakas, worshippers, devotees, etc. How these all together, Panchatattva, how they distributed this love of Godhead. Premieravanya Adi-lila, Bhase Tribhuvani. That Nityam brought this flood of love of Godhead and inundated the whole earth. Avani, Bhasaila Avani. The whole earth was inundated. Nityam means all Panchatattva. So that is the described in 18 to 24. Yasava Laya Prabhu Nitya Vihar Yasava Laya Prabhu Kirtana Prachar Yasava Laya Karen Prem Aswadam Yasava Laya Dana Premadham Yasava Laya. This is common everywhere. In Sabke Lekar, in Sabke, taking all of them together. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took two other Prabhus, Nityam Prabhu, Advaita, but then there are Aradhakas also, Gadadhar Pandit and Shivas and other devotees were Bhaktavranda. He took them all. And he did four things. Nitya Vihar, with them he performed continuous pastime. With them Kirtan Prachar, he spread chanting of the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And for first life in Navadvip, every morning he would go in Hare Ram Sankirtan. Adi-lila Aruna Pura Bhage, Vijamani Gaura Amani Jage, Bhakta Samoha Laiva Sathe, Gela Nagar Braje. Bhakta Samoha Laiva Sathe. All his devotees with him, same thing, Yasava Laiva. Then he went walking all over the streets of Navadvip. In Navadvipas, Antardvip, Srimantadvip, Godrumdvip, Janudvip, Rutudvip, Koladvip, Madhurumdvip, Rudradvip, Janudvip, Navadvipas, on the eastern and western banks of Ganga. He spread Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Nam, Yasavalaya Kare Prema Aswadan, and he experienced himself the love for Krishna because he has come in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Radharani has so much experience in Krishna praying. That's what Krishna was having puzzle about. How come serving me, she is enjoying more? I am served, I should be enjoying more. She is serving, servant should enjoy more, the master should enjoy more. The logic dictates master. But here the logic fails. So, Krishna is not able to understand this logic. So he comes in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So he relished that Krishna prem, Prema Aswadan, and Dana Kare Prem Dan. And he also gave that Prem Dhan Dan to others by distributing holy name. The internal devotees or potencies are all eternal associates in the pastimes of the Lord. Only with them does the Lord advent to propound the Sankirtan movement. Only with them does the Lord test the mellow of conjugal love, and only with them does he distribute this love of God to people in general. 2020. Sei pancha tattva mili prithvi asiya purva prema bhandarera mudra ughadiya panche mili lute prem aswadan yata piye Krishna badhe anukshan. So say Panchatattva, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityam Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit and Srivas Thakur, Mili together Prithvi Asya, they came to this material world Purve Prema Bhandara Mudra Ugadiya. So that Prem Bhandar, which Krishna enjoyed with the gopis earlier, and after completing his pastimes for 125 years, this Prem Bhandar, he closed a huge and thick door, put a huge bolt on it, and lashed it and locked it. And the key he took with him only to Golok Vrindavan. And people could only see, this is something. This is the Prem Bhandar, but we don't know what it is because for 2500 years we have seen this go down locked only. So now these five came and they brought the key, they opened it and distributed. Panche mili lute prem. First they released, enjoyed it like anything. Earlier only Krishna enjoyed nonsense or gopis enjoyed. Now these all five enjoyed it. Sadhan, they released it. Yata yata piye, as they kept on drinking, whosoever drank, Krishna bade anukshan, and then the thirst for drinking more, all the more increase. The characteristics of Krishna are understood to be a storehouse of transcendental love. Although the storehouse of love certainly came with Krishna when he was present, it was sealed. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with his associates of the Panchatattva, they broke the seal and plundered the storehouse to test transcendental love of Krishna. The more they tested it, the more their thirst for it grew. And the ecstasy is in 20 seconds. Puna puna piyaya Mahamatta Nache kande hase gai Iche madamatta. As they kept drinking again and again and again, Haya Mahamatta, they became all the more intoxicated, highly intoxicated. They danced, they cried, they laughed, they sang, and were uncontrollable. Sri Panchatattva themselves danced again and again and thus made it easier to bring nectarian love of Godhead. They danced, cried, laughed, and chanted like madmen, and in this way they distributed love of Godhead. Simply by chanting and dancing, we have received good responses all over the world. It is to be understood, however, that this chanting and dancing do not belong to this material world. They are actually transcendental activities. For the more one engages in chanting and dancing, the more he can taste the nectar of transcendental love of Godhead. So we should do it. Best is to do it on the streets, as you all do on Sunday. So best is to do every day, at least in the temple hall with the devotees, or in grahasthas in their houses, husband, wife. They should produce at least few children, 5-10 children, so that a big gang of Sankirtan, Kirtaniyas and dancers, singers. Otherwise, hum do hamare ek. Only 3 can dance in the house. But they have 3 children, then 5. And they can have a better Kirtan party. If they produce 7-8 children, then they'll have 10 members in that Kirtan party in the house. If so many is difficult to maintain, then better come to temple, join the temple full time. Brahmacharis or full time grahastha couples. And make sure chanting and dancing is pervading your life as much as possible. Morning program, Mangalarti we dance, Tulsi Arati we can dance, then Guru Puja we can dance, at least 3 dancing time. Nasingati sitting, can't dance. And Shikshashtakam can't dance, sitting again. Bhagavatam can't dance. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when one devotee, when he was in South India somewhere, that devotee was reciting, or Navadvip somewhere, was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went so much in ecstasy, he started dancing and kept on dancing. That person is not singing, he is reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. You understand? The lecture is going on. We will dance now. If I start kirtan in the beginning, Jai Sri Chaitanya, some of you are inspired and you stand up and you start dancing, makes quite a lot of sense, some sense at least. But now I am giving class and you are dancing. What a class! Hare Krishna. Prabhu is fine. You stand and dance there behind. Everybody is here. Kya? The Mahaprabhu was dancing and kept on dancing for how long? 9 hours. And Mahaprabhu became so pleased with that devotee that he changed his name only. Gave him the name Bhagavat Acharya. Your recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam is so amazing that I went in complete ecstasy. I went mad. So that devotee became famous by the name Bhagavat Acharya. He is Acharya for recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. So you can see what power Srimad Bhagavatam also has. So like that. They danced, cried, laughed, and chanted like madmen, and in this way they distributed love. So we have to make sure that we are dancing and we are singing. So singing, we are singing in the entire morning program, more or less. Chaitanya Charitamrita is also singing only. Though we don't have musical instruments accompanying, and though we are sitting, still it is singing only. But then dancing is not there with Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nor is it there in Bhagavatam, dancing. Nor is it there in Japa in that sense. But it is singing. So, as much as possible, several hours, 24 hours we should be singing. Satatam kirtayanto mam. 24 hours we should sing or chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And few hours at least we should be accompanying this singing with dancing. Few hours. So check your 24 hours. How many hours you are dancing? Is it 1 hour every day you dance? No. Then how much? Half an hour? Doubtful. Mangalarti? In one sense, 25 minutes where left leg on right side, right leg on left side. But also dancing, raising of arms. So soft, slow dancing. And afterwards, towards the end, 5-10 minutes, it becomes intense. We are literally off the ground, in the air. So that is better. Tulsi Aarti, towards the end, we are dancing. And in Guru Puja also. So overall, in a day, maybe half an hour. How many for dancing for more than half an hour daily? Really? If you go every day for Harinam Sankirtan, that adds almost half an hour. Even if you go, it will add 1 hour, our PTC devotees. So more the better. But at least we can say 20 to 30 minutes dancing should be there, daily basis. And when chanting should be in 18 wakeful hours. 6 hours you sleep, we don't know whether you are able to chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. You are sleeping, but your tongue is going on. Does that happen? Not yet. So much progress is not made. So that's why I am excluding those 6 hours. So 18 wakeful hours. Are we chanting in those 18 hours? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Even if not on the beats. 16 rounds on the beats, unlimited rounds on the beats. So without beats, without fingers touching the beats, are we chanting? For 16 hours and 2 hours by touching the beats. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, chalo, you are singing. That is also okay. Having kartan, mridang in hand. Even without that, you are just singing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So tongue can go on. You can be cooking, you can be sweeping, you can be walking, you can be even reading, hearing class, but in the mind it can go on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So gulab jamun kitne khao, kitne nahi khao. But is and as the gulab jamun, 5 gulab jamun, 10, 15, 20, then speed will slow down. Yes or no? Will you be so fast in the beginning? After eating 15 gulab jamun, 20, 30, 40, 50, 108 gulab jamun, will the speed be very high? My God, the hand is not going on the plate. The eyes are also closing and देखना भी नहीं उसको क्योंकि अंदर पेट फटने को आ रहा है. अभी गुलाब जामुन जो जैसे डालूंगा जो पहला गुलाब जामुन है वो पेट फाड़ के बाहर आ जाएगा. Total 108 only gulab jamun, but the 109th that I put, The first one will come out. Last in, first out. That will be the formula. So no, I cannot. I don't want to look also. But that is not the case with holy name. Holy name, as we chant more and more, ecstasy increases, attachment increases, the love for Krishna increases, and madness increases. And one feels, why so slow? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In 5 seconds, one Mahamantra. Too slow. I want to earn a lot in less time. Schemes are there in banks, post office, or mutual fund. Mutual fund means 21% interest. And in the bank, 6.5, 7, 7.3, very less. And there are other schemes also, isn't it? So the person feels that I have earned with this bank 7.2, 7.5. That's okay. And senior citizen will have 8.6 maybe, but I'm senior citizen, long way to go. Now only youthful days only I want to earn more. So I will put in mutual fund, I will put it in shares, or I'll put it in chit funds. Somewhere I will put, God knows where they put, somewhere they put. And then the interest multiplies 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So like that, why in 5 seconds one Mahamantra? Why not in less? In 5 seconds, 2 Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare. Done. So doubling the interest. So increasing the, doubling the capital also, and tripling the interest maybe, whatever. So like that, when will that happen? Interest in material life is more. People are more interested to undergo for higher education. People are more interested to go for PhD, postdoc also, and then having better job for longer time in a day and having better salary, more salary, double the salary, triple the salary. And sometimes in the evening some business, side business. Passive income. Probably knows the word also. I don't know active income also. Because active, working on passive. Like any other interest. Active, passive, and lethargic. Person in the mode of goodness is active. Person in the mode of passion is passive. And person in the mode of ignorance is lethargic. So active interest, passive interest, lethargic interest, and pure goodness interest. All interest should be there. I should have interest in everything. Like that. So it's amazing. Okay. So 23rd is talking about no discrimination in the distribution of mercy. This Panchatattva. Famous verse. Patra patra vichara nahi, nahi sthana sthan, yeya ha paya, ha kare premadan. In distributing love of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates did not consider who was a fit candidate and who was not, nor where such distribution should or should not take place. They made no conditions. Wherever they got the opportunity, the members of the Panchatattva distributed love of Godhead. So, sthan, patra, apatra, sthan, asthan, this is good place. Start doing distribution here. That is not a good place. Meat shops are there. We will not distribute. No, they can take all the more. They are surely not reading any scripture. Give them all the more. No consideration. One should accept those who thus become Vaishnavas as being greater than Brahmins, Hindus or Indians. We spread Krishnas everywhere. Apart from Hindus, many others are taking it very seriously. Now, apart from Brahmanas also. Brahmanas thought from childhood we know all this. This is not a new thing for us. But then those who don't come from that background, they are all the more interested. I had heard in childhood some Brahmanas reciting Vedic mantra, but here they are teaching directly. Let me join ISKCON. Great. Indians are such, non-Indians also are interested. And yet there is no scarcity. So much distribution, no scarcity in 24. Lutiya khaiya diya, bhandara ujade, Aishwarya bhandara, prema shataguna badhe, Only the members of the Panchatattva plundered the storehouse of Lord Godhead and ate and distributed its contents. There was no scarcity, for this wonderful storehouse is so complete that as the love is distributed, the supply increases hundreds of times. The purport is, but I'll read it. A pseudo incarnation of Krishna once told his disciple that he had emptied himself by giving him all knowledge and was thus spiritually bankrupt. Such bluffers speak in this way to cheat the public, but actual spiritual consciousness is so perfect that the more it is distributed, the more it increases. Bankruptcy is a term that applies in the material world, but the storehouse of love of Godhead in the spiritual world can never be depleted. Krishna is providing for millions and trillions of living entities by supplying all their necessities. And even if all the innumerable living entities wanted to become Krishna conscious, there would be no scarcity of love of Godhead, nor would there be insufficiency in providing for their maintenance. Our Krishna conscious movement was started single-handedly, and no one provided for our livelihood. But at present, we are spending hundreds and thousands of dollars all over the world, and the movement is increasing more and more. Thus, there is no question of scarcity. Although jealous persons may be envious, if we stick to our principles and follow in the footsteps of the Panchatattva, this movement will go on unchecked by imitation swamis, sannyasis, religionists, philosophers, or scientists. For it is transcendental to all material consideration. Therefore, those who propagate the Krishna conscious movement should not be afraid of such rascals and fools. Papa's mood is visible over here. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.